Welcome to NetJRS Scholars YouTube channel. In the previous video, as part of our lecture series in Linguistics, UGC NET Paper 2, and for the general linguistics students, we have discussed about the place of articulation. In this video, we are going to important one more unrelated concept is manner of articulation. We will try to understand each and every manner of articulation and how it has happened and how it contributes to the production of different sounds in languages. First, what is manner of articulation? Manner of articulation refers to how the airflow is obstructed or modified by the speech organs while producing consonant sounds. It describes degree and the type of constriction. It means that when the airflow starts from the oral tract, it comes to the mouth, and the number of articulators, being one active and being one passive, modify the airflow with the different articulators in the mouth. And this constriction or the abstraction is vary by degree and the type for every consonant sound. Then how it is different from place of articulation? So the place describe about the where from where the sound has been producing. When it comes to manner, it talks about the question of how the sound is being produced. The place of articulation and talks about the interaction. Let's say bilabials. It's the interaction of the two lips. But when you are producing the sounds such as pa or pa, the organs, the articulator, the speech organs involved are the lips, called as labials, in the production of p, and the both the lips are involved in the production, and it is called as bilabial sound. This is talking about the place of articulation. When it comes to manner, for the same sound, that is pa, you have closed the lips, but the sound comes out as pu. When you release the air suddenly, when you open your lips suddenly, resulted into production of the sound pu. So try to pronounce the sounds as I'm mentioning you, so that it become easy for you to understand the concepts. I think it's clear as I have explained here. Production of pa in terms of its place of articulation, both the lips are involved. In terms of its manner of articulation, there is a sudden release, a sudden opening of the lips, so which resulted into production of the sound called as a plosives. By the nature, the sound p is a bilabial plosive. So that is the first and the most important manner. So the other name for the plosives are stops. The air is completely blocked. And pressure builds behind the closer. As I said, the pressure builds behind the articulators in the production of the sound p, that is nothing but behind the lips. The pressure builds here, and then release suddenly, producing an explosive like sound. So when you open up, there is a sudden outcome of the sound p. There is a sudden outcome from the sound p, and these are called as plosives. As you can see here, the pressure building between the two lips. These are called bilabial plosives, as in p in pigs, b in bat. And as you can see, the plosive formed between the behind the alveolar ridge and the blade of the tongue. That sound are called as alveolar plosives, as in t, intim, d, and dime. As you can see, the pressure built behind the back of the tongue and the alveolum. That is nothing but the soft palate. The pressure is building here, as in k in code, k in gut. The next most important manner is fricatives. A fricative is a consonant sound produced by forcing the airflow through a narrow opening, creating a friction. When there is a little gap between any two speech organs, leads to friction as air tries to escape from the very narrow opening, which resulted into production of sounds with some friction. Okay, there are many such sounds in almost all the languages, as you can see in English, as the word fair in first, where in where. So it is not the pressure, it is a narrow opening between the upper teeth and the lower lip. As a result, they are called as labiodentals. As you can see here, as in the in thick, the in this, there is a pressure between the tip of the tongue. Okay, there is a narrow escape of the air between the tip of the tongue and the upper teeth, resulted into the and the. The. Next, there is a small gap between the front of the tongue or the blade of the tongue with the alveolar ridge, and the friction the air tried to escape resulted into production of the sound s as in sa, z as in zin. And if the larger part of the tongue, that is nothing but the blade, interact with the alveolus, leaving a small escaping area, resulted into production of sh as in she, j as in casual. And next we have a glottal, where the air escapes from the two vocal folds with the narrow escape, resulted into production of the sound ha, heart. Okay, as in heart. Next we have affricates. This is a combination of plosive plus and fricative, resulted into production of affricates. So it is produced by first completely blocking the airflow, then releasing it slowly through a narrow opening. It means the air first hold. Okay, the air first hold between the behind the two articulators. Okay, in the process of production, and after that they leave a very small gap. Then the air try to escape, resulted into production of affricates. Okay, as you can see here, the alveolar, okay, and the blade on the tongue are interacting. First, they're building a pressure behind the articulators, and rather there is a giving a small gap between the two articulators, resulted into production of the sounds such as ch as in choose, j as in jet. Next, we have most important and very confusing, that is approximants, where the speech organs come close together but not enough to create the friction, so air flows smoothly, as in sounds such as First, I'll explain the mechanism. Okay, as you can see here there is a contact. Okay, there is a contact between the back of the tongue with the velum. Okay, first what they here they come close. Okay, they are very close, but this space is enough for the air to escape very freely. As a result, there is no friction. Okay, resulted into production of the sounds as w as in watch, r as in rug, u as in it. Okay, so try to pronounce these sounds so that it become easy and you can map the mechanism. Okay, how approximants really producing. Okay, just to practice and try to producing these words so that you understand the mechanism in your mouth, so it's become an easy for you to understand the concept. Next we have lateral approximant. This is, as we have understood, the approximates where there is no enough like there is a much greater gap between the two organs. As a result, the air flows very smoothly instead of creating the friction. But in this case, the air flows from the laterals. It means when the tongue come in contact with the teeth. Okay, as in L, as in love, as in L in love. Okay, as in L in love. So when you are producing L, the tip and some part of the blade get in contact with the teeth. Okay, the air comes from the left and the right side of the contact. So it is passing from the left and the right. That is the laterals of the tongue. So as a result, into production of this L, as in love, as in light. Okay, these sounds are called lateral approximants. The main or the central part is blocked, resulted into production of the air from the left and right side of the contact organs, resulted into production of lateral approximants. Next we have flap and or tap. So here the tongue is just go and give a flap, a very fast flap. As you can see in the production of the sound ra as in water and ra as in butter. Okay, so it should go and touch and come back. Okay, so it's striking the tongue against the roof of the mouth in a single quick moment. It's a very fast moment. Okay, so this is how it's go and come back. It is the normal position. It's go and come back. It's go and come back. It's go and come back. It is the tap basically when the back of the tongue goes and touch. Okay, give a very sudden flap to the alveolar ridge. The back of the tongue, this part moves in this direction and gives the touch here. Okay, some alveolar ridge. Then the sound become as flap. So it is a tap when the tip of the blade gives a sudden touch or a strike to the teeth or an alveolar ridge. It is called as flap. It is called as tap. When the back of the tongue did that, and it is called as flap. And the next most important is the trill. So it is produced by making the tongue and on the speech organ vibrate repeatedly as air passes through. So when the air passing through between two articulators, so there is a sudden strikes from the tongue to the roof of the mouth. So very as in road or. So the tongue gives a repeated strikings to against the roof of the mouth, resulted into sound. So try to practice these sounds so that it becomes easy for you to understand. At next but not the least, the nasal sounds. These are the sounds produced by blocking the airflow into the mouth while allowing it to pass through the nose. So the air passes from the nose. Air passes and comes out of the mouth, and here the velum closed the vellum, closed the mouth, that is nothing but oral trunk, and leaving the air to pass from the nasal trunk, resulted into production of the sounds mo as in mood, na as in neck, as in song. So these are the very important, okay, very important manner of articulation. So you can take note of all the slides, okay, all the slides, and it become easy for you to revise. In the next video I'm going to come up on voice, okay, voiced sounds and voicelet sounds and other mechanisms of vocal cords. So please subscribe to our channel NET JRF Scholars for UGC NET Paper 2 in Linguistics and Paper 1 for more interesting concepts.